Hey, welcome to Bahasa Little Project, and this is your level 1 lesson 2. Om Swastiastu. Okay, so I hope you know that by now. If you haven't learned about that nice phrase of saying hello in Bahasa Bali, go back and make sure that you learn and watch or listen to our level 1 lesson 1. Okay, we learn about useful phrase and simple greeting in our previous lesson. Okay, and now we will continue by learning more grammar and more words. Okay, but before that, let's learn about how to say Bahasa Bali in Bahasa Bali. So simply you just change the Bahasa to Basa. So that's Bahasa or language in Bahasa Bali is Basa. So Bahasa is the Indonesian form, obviously. Okay. And the Balinese or Bahasa Bali version is Basa. So if you want to say Bahasa Bali or Balinese language in Bahasa Bali would be Bahasa Bali. I hope you understand that. It's kind of confusing, but again, Balinese language is Bahasa Bali. Okay, so there you go. So yeah, in this lesson we will learn more about grammar and words as I mentioned previously. And first of all, we will learn about adverb of time. Okay, we will learn three important adverb of time. Number one is yesterday. How do you say yesterday in Bahasa Bali, in Bahasa Bali? You say EB. Okay, repeat after me, EB. Okay, again, EB. Quite simple. Again, if you are listening to this lesson on Spotify, you maybe want to check our YouTube channel. If you are checking our YouTube channel, then you would be able to see the spelling of the word. Okay, so again, yesterday is EB. What about today? Now, this is quite interesting because we don't really use today in Bahasa Bali. In Bahasa Bali, we usually replace the word today by the word now. But we do have the word for today. The word for today would be harine ne. Harine ne. Okay, repeat after me. Hari. Again, you need to pronounce the R clearly. Harine. Harine ne. Okay, so you have a little pause there. Harine ne. Harine ne. That would be the accent of my region. We also discussed about accents and dialect in our previous lessons. If you haven't learned about that, go ahead and listen. Okay, so again we have harine ne. That would be the translation would for today. But again, we don't really use that word. We use now instead. In place of today would be jani. So if you want to say now in Bahasa Bali is jani. Okay, jani. This is the polite way. The very polite way would be mangkin. This is not written in the video, but if you want to write it down, is Mangkin. Okay, one more time, Mangkin, mangkin. But if you just know jani, it's enough. Okay, it's polite, it's fine, you can use it. Okay, so again, EB is yesterday, hari nene is today, but we usually use jani to say the same thing, jani. And again, tomorrow is now the new word is tomorrow, which is bin money. Repeat after me, bin money. Okay, bin money. So we have EB, jani, and bin money. Okay, so now maybe some of you have a big question in your mind. Do we have tenses in Bahasa Bali or Bahasa Bali? The short answer is no, and the long answer is maybe. Basically, we do have grammar, and we do have some tenses rule, but we don't have a very strict rule. So this is something nice about Bahasa Bali because we don't have a strict rules of tenses, but we do have some. Okay, and we will discuss about it in the upcoming lessons. But for now, what you want to master and practice is how to say EB, Jani, and bin money. Okay, so if you have mastered that, then go ahead and we will continue to our next session. But if you haven't, go practice that. Repeat it over and over again until it becomes natural. Okay? Okay, so if you have mastered that, we will now continue learning more vocabulary. And this time we will learn more verbs. Because by knowing verbs, you would be able to say something, especially when you're going to do something. Okay? So, number one, we will learn how to say cook. Cook in Bahasa Bali is masak. The same um, as you can find in Bahasa Indonesia. We learn also and we discuss about the similarity between Bahasa Indonesia and Bahasa Bali in our previous lesson. So again, cook is masak, masak, play. This is quite long in Bahasa Bali or Bahasa Bali. Play is mepelalianan. Okay, slower. Mepelalianan. 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 That would be the natural speed. Mepelalianan. Okay, watch is mebale. 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 Okay, mebale. Okay, and then we have listen. Listen is ningehang. So you need to be careful with the nasal sound there. Ning. It's like French. Ning. Ningehang. Okay, we do have a lot of nasal sound in Bahasa Bali and in Bahasa Indonesia. Okay, so ningehang. Ningehang. Okay, now write. Write is nulis. 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 Okay, and then we have talk. Talk is ngomong. Again, nasal sound. Ngomong. 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 Okay, and then we have see is ningalin. Ningalin. That would be the polite version, okay, of Balinese. Ningalin. And then we have the very polite version, which is ningakin. Okay, again, ningakin. Ningakin. Okay, so we have ningalin and then we have ningakin. You can use both, but for now we will stick with the ningalin. That is more popular. Okay, the polite version. Ningalin. Ningakin. And then the last word is bring. To bring is ngabe. That would be the polite version. Ngabe. Ngabe. Okay, ngabe. And then we have makte. Makte is the very polite version. Okay, ngabe, makte. Okay, to recap, we have masak, mepelalianan, mebale, we have ningehang, we have nulis, we have ngomong, we have ningalin or ningakin, we have ngabe or makte. Okay, a lot of vocabulary for you guys for your second lesson. So go ahead, write it down, practice it over and over again, and really say it over and over again. So your tongue will become more natural when you are using it in your real life context. Okay, so if you have mastered that, now we will learn a very useful expression, which is how are you? How do you say how are you, right? This is very important. So how are you in Bahasa Bali is ken kabare. One more time. Ken kabare. Ken kabare. That would be the accent and the natural speed. Ken kabare. Ken kabare. Ken kabare. Ken kabare Jani. How are you today? Ken kabare Jani, right? Ken kabare. That would be the polite way. The very polite way would be sapunapi. Sapunapi gatrane. That would be again, you need to clearly pronounce the R. Okay, sapunapi gatrane. Sapunapi gatrane. So yeah, sometimes gatra or gatre. Gatrene is more common. So sapunapi gatrene. Gatrene. Okay, again, how are you? We have ken kabare. Ken kabare. Polite. And then we have sapunapi gatrene. Very polite. Okay? So yeah, practice that. Okay, now we have sample sentences for you. Number one is Ibi tiang masak. Ibi is obviously yesterday. Tiang is, if you recall it from our first lesson, tiang is I, masak is cook. So yesterday I cooked. Now it is very important for you to understand that we don't really have a strong rules of tenses, as you can see, because the verb masak stay the same. Okay? The word or the verb masak doesn't change in present tense, past tense, or future tense. Very, very simple. So this is your first introduction of Balinese or Bahasa Bali tenses. You do not change the verb. Basically, you just change the adverb of time. How convenient, right? So again, Ibi tiang masak. Yesterday, I cooked. Number two, Jani ia mekejang makan. Jani is now or today. Ia mekejang is they eat. Okay, again, you do not add anything to the makan, just makan. Number three, this is going to be rather important for you. New lesson, ia ker. This is the first introduction for you with the future tense. So if you want to say will in Bahasa Bali is ker. Okay, you need to pronounce the R clearly, ker. So again, will is ker. So ia ker, she or he will. Okay, will is ker. So if you want to create future tenses sentences, you just need to put will or ker before the verb and you're done. Okay, one more time. Ia ker mebaleh bin mani. Ia ker mebaleh bin mani. Ia ker mebaleh bin mani. She or he will watch tomorrow. Practice that. A lot of new lessons for you guys. Okay, if you have mastered that, now it's the time for you to test yourself. So go ahead, try to translate these sentences to Bahasa Bali or Bahasa Bali. Number one is yesterday she wrote. Yesterday she wrote. Okay, again, you do not need to change the verb write, wrote, written. You just simply use the same verb for to write. Okay, that's number one. Number two is today he watched. Today he watched. Okay. Number three is we will study tomorrow. We will study tomorrow. Okay, so go ahead, write down your answer in the comment section on YouTube and we will check it out and we will give you correction if you are making any mistake. So yeah, there you go. I hope this is helpful for you. If you want to buy lesson notes, books, or if you want to have private lesson with us, you can email us to xspacebali@gmail.com and you can also support us by donating any amount to our PayPal on paypal.me/xspacebali. Okay, you can also follow us on Instagram or Facebook for additional lesson. I hope you are learning something. Go ahead, practice your bahasa Indonesia or your Bahasa Bali in your real life. If you have any questions, go ahead, ask us. Other than that, good job and see you next time.